This is need to have, because the danger did not start when he asked for money. It started long before that. It started when he became Scams do not always begin with money. They begin with connection, a conversation, a feeling, a person who makes you feel alive again. This is a story reported in AARP magazine. Her husband had been gone for 14 years. She was not looking for romance. Then a man named Tony found her on Facebook. He said he was a surgeon working in Iraq. He said he was widowed. He said he had 2 children. At first, it felt innocent. Then it felt special. He said romantic things. He made her feel seen. He made her feel wanted. Soon, his children started messaging her. They wanted to call her mum. She had never had children. She had waited her whole life for someone to call her mum. So it felt like love. It felt like family. It felt like a new life. They talked several times a day. Tony called 5 or 6 times a day. The conversations felt real, and that made her trust him. Then came the first request. A gift card. He said he needed a better signal to call her. Then he needed money for better food. Then came more requests. Each time she helped. Not because she was foolish, but because by then it was not just about money. It was about protecting relationships, the future, the family she thought she finally had. When she said she was struggling to pay her own bills, he promised to pay her back. Then came the day he was supposed to arrive. Suddenly, he needed $20,000. That was when everything unraveled. It was a scam. In total, she had sent him $39,000. Everything she had. But the money was not the only thing that hurt. Losing romance hurts. Losing the new life hurt. And she had told no one. So she carried the burden alone. That is why these matters. Romance scams are emotional crimes. They target hope. They target loneliness. They target trust. They target the part of you that still wants to believe love is possible. So here are 5 things honest daters do that scammers also do. And how to tell the difference. 1. They give you attention quickly. An honest dater may text you often. They may check in. They may remember details. That can be real. But scammers also use attention. Tony called 5 or 6 times a day. That can feel romantic. But it can also create dependency. The difference is this. Honest attention respects your life. Scammer attention takes over your life. So ask yourself, is this person getting to know me? Or are they becoming the center of my world too quickly? Real love gives you space. Manipulation takes it away. 2. They say romantic things. An honest dater may compliment you. They may say they like talking to you. They may say they feel close to you. That can be healthy. But scammers use romance to speed up attachment. Tony said romantic things to her. After 14 years without her husband, those words reached a lonely place. They made her feel chosen. Here is the difference. Honest words grow from real experience. Scammer words move faster than reality. So ask yourself, what does this person actually know about me? Have they earned this closeness? Or are they giving me a beautiful feeling too soon? Honest love grows. Scam love rushes. 3. They create a future too soon. An honest dater may talk about family. They may talk about the future. That can be normal. But scammers create a future before they build a present. Tony's children called her mum. That touched a lifelong dream. Now it was not just romance. It was family. And when someone gives you a dream you thought was gone, you do not want to lose it. So ask yourself, are we building something real? Or am I being pulled into a future that has not been earned yet? A real future needs real proof. Video calls. Consistent details. Verifiable identity. Respect for boundaries. No pressure for money. If the future is beautiful, but the present is full of excuses, slow down. 4. They ask for small help first. Scammers usually do not start with the biggest request. They start small. In this story, the first request was a gift card. He said it would help him call her. So the money did not feel like money. It felt like connection. Then came money for food. Then more requests. Then bigger requests. Once you say yes the first time, it gets harder to say no. Every yes deepens the emotional investment. Here is the difference. An honest dater does not use your feelings as a financial resource. A scammer turns emotional closeness into obligation. So ask yourself, are they asking for help? Or training me to ignore my limits? Do not send money, gift cards, crypto, bank information, or private documents to someone you have not met and verified. If saying no makes you afraid they will leave, that is not love. That is leverage. 5. They promise to pay you back. Tony promised to pay her back when he came home. That promise kept hope alive. It made the loss feel temporary. It made her think, I just have to hold on a little longer. Then came the final request. He needed $20,000. That was when the truth came out. Here is the difference. An honest person respects your financial limits. A scammer keeps creating emergencies that require your sacrifice. A safe person can handle your boundaries. A scammer needs you to abandon them. So let's put it together. Honest daters and scammers can both give attention. But honest attention respects your space. Scammer attention creates dependency. They can both say romantic things. But honest romance grows with reality. Scammer romance rushes ahead of reality. They can both talk about the future. But honest future talk has present proof. Scammer future talk keeps you emotionally invested. They can both ask for support. But honest support does not become financial pressure. Scammer support becomes gift cards, money, emergencies, and guilt. If this story sounds familiar, hear this clearly. You are not stupid. You are not weak. You are not the only one. Talk to someone you trust. Pause all payments. Save the messages. Contact your bank. Report the scam. And if you are in the US, AARP's Fraud Watch Network helpline is 877-908-3360. If you want to understand how scammers build emotional trust before they ask for money, watch my next video. This is need to have knowledge. How romance scammers build emotional trust. Because once you understand the trust building stage, you can recognize the manipulation before it reaches the money request. The one idea I want you to remember is this. Online dating becomes dangerous when emotional connection moves faster than reality. It is not wrong to want love. It is not wrong to want family. It is not wrong to want a second chance. But real love does not need gift cards. Real love does not need secrecy. Real love does not punish your questions. And real love does not make you go broke to prove you care. So do not only ask, do they make me feel special? Ask, do their actions prove they are real, safe, and honest? Please share this with someone online, especially someone lonely, widowed, divorced, or starting over. Love should not cost your peace. Love should not cost your savings. Love should not cost your sense of self. He spent 6 months trying to scam me. He got nothing. So someone else took over. Same account. Different person. Different trap. And this time it was not I love you. It was I can't pay my rent. That is how the scam changed from romance to pity. If you have not watched part 1, it is called He Waited 6 months before asking for money. That video explains how the emotional bond was built before money was ever mentioned. But in this video, I want to show you what happened after he failed. Because the story did not end. Someone else took over. And this is not nice to have. This is need to have. Because a romance scam is not always one person behind one phone. Sometimes it is a system. Sometimes it is a group. Sometimes, the person you think you are talking to today is not the same person you talked to yesterday. And if you do not know how to notice the change, you may miss the second trap. After 6 months, something felt different. The words changed. The writing style changed. The way he responded changed. The timing changed. The emotional tone changed. It was still the same account. It was still supposed to be the same man. But it did not feel like the same person. That was the first thing that gave him away. Not his face. Not his voice. his writing. When you talk to someone every day for months, you learn their pattern. You learn how they write. You learn how they avoid questions. You learn how they use emotion. You learn the rhythm of their messages. And suddenly, the rhythm was different. That is one of the signs you need to watch for. When someone's writing style suddenly changes, pay attention. When their words become more simple or more polished, pay attention. When their emotional tone changes, pay attention. When they remember some things, but forget other things, pay attention. Because you may not be talking to the same person anymore. So I pointed it out. I told him I noticed the change. I told him the writing did not sound the same. I told him the behavior did not feel the same. At first, he did not want to say it. But after I pointed it out, he admitted it. He admitted he was not the same person. And that moment changed how I saw the whole thing. This was not just one man trying to scam me. This was connected to something bigger. Maybe a group. Maybe a network. Maybe people passing the conversation from one person to another. And this is what you need to understand. When scammers invest time in you, they may not want to lose the work. They may not want to lose the emotional connection that was already built. So if one person cannot close the scam, someone else may try. They may come in with a different tone, a different story, a different kind of pressure. But the goal may still be the same. Access, trust, money, control. Then we had several screen video calls. And that is when I saw the person behind the screen. He was not the successful man from the story. He was not the oil rig engineer. He was not living the life that had been described to me. He was living in Ghana. His living condition looked very difficult. He said he could not pay his rent. He complained about the environment around him. He said it was impossible for him to get anywhere from where he lived. He sounded stuck. He sounded frustrated. He sounded like someone who felt trapped in his own life. And this is where the story became emotionally confusing. Because when you finally see the person behind the scam, you may expect to feel only anger. But sometimes, you may also feel pity. You may see a person living in hard conditions. You may hear pain in their voice. You may see that their life is not easy. And suddenly the scam becomes confusing again. Because now you are not only looking at a liar, you are also looking at a human being. But here is the lesson. Someone's hard life does not give them the right to harm your life. Someone's struggle does not give them permission to manipulate you. Someone's poverty does not make your boundary disappear. You can feel compassion, but you still need protection. You can understand someone's pain, but you do not need to fund it. You can want someone to do better, but you cannot rescue someone who is still trying to use you. I tried to speak to him like a real person. I suggested that he find a decent way to make a living. I told him there were better directions. I pointed out that he did have some skills. He could talk. He could write. He could observe people. He could learn patterns. Those skills could be used in a better way. Those skills could be used for something honest. But he did not fully seem to get it. Or maybe he did not want to get it. Because instead of taking the advice and building a better path, he moved the conversation in another direction. He started saying he had feelings for me. He started acting like there was a connection between us. And then he tried to connect himself to the previous scammer. That part is important. Because sometimes the second scammer does not start from zero. They try to inherit the emotion from the first scammer. They try to step into the story that someone else already created. They try to use the trust that was already built. They may act like the relationship continues through them. They may make you feel like you still owe care, like you still owe attention, like you still owe help. But you need to remember this. A fake relationship cannot become real just because a new person admits the truth. An honest confession does not erase the manipulation. A video call does not erase the scam. Seeing their face does not mean they are safe. And feeling sorry for them does not mean you should send money. Then came the money request. He asked for money to pay his rent. And that was the second trap. The first trap was romance. The second trap was pity. In part 1, the danger was emotional bonding. In part 2, the danger became sympathy. Because now it was not just, I love you. Now it was, I am suffering. Now it was, I cannot pay rent. Now it was, my environment is impossible. Now it was, you are the one person who understands me. And that can be powerful. Because if you have a kind heart, you may want to help. If you believe people can change, you may want to encourage them. If you see someone suffering, you may feel guilty walking away. But this is where you must be very clear. Kindness without boundaries can become a doorway. And scammers know this. They may fail with romance. Then try pity. They may fail with pressure. Then try guilt. They may fail with lies. Then try partial truth. But the goal is still to move your boundary. This is why you cannot only ask, is this person telling the truth now? You also need to ask, what are they asking me to do with this truth? Are they using the truth to take responsibility? Or are they using the truth to get money? Are they trying to change? Or are they trying to make me rescue them? Are they respecting my boundary? Or are they testing it again? Because the real test is not whether someone has a sad story. The real test is what they do after you say no. If they respect your no, that tells you something. If they keep pushing, that tells you something too. And in my case, the pattern was still there. Different person, different face, different situation, but the same direction. Money. That is when I realized the scam had not ended. It had only changed costume. A scam can change shape. It can start as romance, then turn into pity. It can start with a fake successful man, then turn into a real person with real problems. It can start with, I love you, then become, please help me. But if the whole path still leads to your money, you need to stop. You are not responsible for fixing the life of someone who entered yours through deception. You are not responsible for paying the rent of someone who is part of a scam. You are not responsible for saving someone who is still using emotional pressure. You can wish them better. You can hope they choose a different life. You do not have to become the price of their lesson. This is what I learned from part 2. The scam does not always end when the first person fails. Sometimes it continues with another person. Sometimes the mask changes. Sometimes the story changes. Sometimes the emotional weapon changes. But your boundary must stay the same. No money, no guilt, no rescue, no emotional debt. If someone comes into your life through lies, they do not get to demand trust. If someone admits the truth only after being caught, they do not get to ask for money. If someone says they care about you but still asks you to carry their burden, pause. Because care does not use deception as a doorway. And love does not begin with a scam. So please remember this. You can have compassion and still say no. You can see someone's pain and still protect yourself. You can understand why someone is desperate and still refuse to be used. Your heart matters too. Your safety matters too. Your life matters too. And your boundary is not cruelty. Your boundary is protection. If part 1 was about emotional bonding, part 2 is about what happens after the scam fails. Because sometimes, the next trap is not love. Sometimes, the next trap is pity. And if you do not know that, you may escape one scam and walk into another. If you have not seen part 1, watch He Waited 6 months before asking for money next. That is where I explain how the first trap was built. And if this story helped you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because this is not nice to have. someone you will want to know. But first, they must discover what kind of person you want. So they ask questions. Are you married? What do you do for work? Do you live alone? What happened in your last relationship? What are your dreams? What worries you about the future? Each answer helps them personalize the next stage of the relationship. If you value family, they become devoted to family. If you have experienced betrayal, they claim to have been betrayed. If you feel lonely, they become consistently available. They begin reflecting on your interests, values, and emotional needs back to you. The effect can feel extraordinary. Finally, someone understands you. But true intimacy grows through shared experiences and verified reality. That is much more dangerous. The more you want to believe, I am smart, clear-headed, and impossible to fool, the easier it can be to manipulate you. The best scammers do not first make you fall in love with them. They make you fall more in love with yourself. The smart version. The elegant version. The version that is different from everyone else. This is called narcissistic compensation. When you protect a perfect self-image, you may filter out truths you do not want to hear. Even when something feels wrong, you tell yourself, "Impossible. I would not misjudge someone. I am not the kind of person who gets scammed." Think about the Brad Pitt scam. A French woman named Anne believed she was in a private relationship with Brad Pitt. The scammers used AI-generated photos and emotional messages. She lost around 830,000 euros. Many people laughed. How could anyone believe that? But the real warning was not Brad Pitt. It was the feeling. Being chosen. Being understood. Being seen by someone extraordinary. That is the dangerous part of high-end dating scams. Now let me tell you about Sarah. This is a typical kind of case I discuss in my book, What a Wild Online Dating World, which you can find on Amazon. Sarah was a corporate executive. Strong income. Refined life. Fitness. Travel. Wine. Investing. She often said, "A woman must love herself." Sarah was careful. If a man called her baby too quickly, she blocked him. If someone rushed to meet, she blocked him. If anyone mentioned money, she became alert. So Sarah never thought she could be scammed. She once told a friend, "Someone like me cannot be fooled." That was exactly the opening. She could recognize low-level scammers, but not high-level ones. When this man appeared, he did not rush. He did not say he loved her. He did not mention investment. He only observed her. Sarah posted a restaurant photo. He wrote, "This place feels chosen by someone with real taste." Sarah paused. An ordinary man might say, "You look beautiful." But he said she had taste. Then Sarah shared a book. He said, "Very few people read this. You are clearly not someone who only cares about surface beauty." Later, she posted travel photos. He said, "Most people travel just to take pictures. You seem to feel the soul of a city." Sarah replied, "How did you know?" He said, "I can feel it. You are not an ordinary woman." Sarah smiled, not because she had never heard compliments, but because he touched the part of her she most wanted to be seen. Not her beauty, not her money, not her title, but her taste, her depth, her soul. That was the hook. He was not loving her. He was using her narcissism. Here, narcissism is not just an insult. It is the small part inside all of us that hopes, "I am special. I hope someone sees my true value." The scammer saw that part. Then he started feeding it. At first, they talked about art, travel, career, and life choices. He never rushed. He made Sarah feel this was not flirting. It was a spiritual connection. One night, Sarah had dinner with a friend. Her friend asked, "Did you meet someone new?" Sarah smiled. "Kind of, but he is different." "How is he different?" Sarah said, "He understands me." Those 3 words are dangerous, because many online dating traps do not begin with, "I love you." They begin with, "I understand you." Later, Sarah joked, "You are not a scammer, are you?" A low-level scammer might panic. But this man replied, "The fact that you are so cautious makes me admire you. Not many women can stay so clear-headed." He used her suspicion as a compliment. Sarah's alertness was supposed to protect her, but he turned it into part of her self-esteem. She began to think, "I am clear-headed. I am good at judging people." That was the danger. A person is not always easiest to fool when she is weak. Sometimes, she is easiest to fool when she is certain she cannot be fooled. Later, he slowly revealed his life. He never bragged. He casually mentioned private wine events, finance friends, international projects, and high-end forums. Just enough for Sarah to imagine the rest. That is how high-level scams work. The scammer does not force the dream on you. He lets you complete the dream yourself. Then one day, he mentioned an investment. Lightly, as if it slipped out. I've been doing a small private allocation, but this kind of thing is not suitable to discuss publicly. Sarah stayed quiet. He did not push. Then he added, I know you are not the type to blindly follow trends. That is why I dared to mention it to you. He did not beg her to invest. He made it sound like a qualification. An opportunity only someone like her could understand. Sarah began to waver. She told herself, I understand investing. I can judge this. I will not act recklessly. But she was no longer only judging the investment. She was judging herself. If I refuse, do I lack vision? If I am too cautious, do I become ordinary? The scammer was not exploiting her weakness. He was exploiting her pride. Because Sarah loved herself. Because she believed she was high level. So when he offered a fantasy that matched her identity, her defenses began to collapse. A few days later, Sarah felt something was wrong. His reply times were too fixed. His photos looked too perfect. When she asked financial questions, he avoided details. So she questioned him. Why can't I find much information about this platform? He replied, Sarah, a smart person like you should understand that trust is the highest form of social currency. Sarah stared at the sentence. Her heart sank. She wanted to verify facts. But he turned verification into distrust. He turned doubt into something low level. He turned caution into a lack of sophistication. So Sarah made excuses. Maybe he is just low-key. Maybe high-end circles are hard to search. Maybe I am too sensitive. That is narcissistic compensation. It is not that you do not see the truth. It is that you filter out the truth because it damages your perfect self-image. Later, Sarah invested. Just to test. The platform looked professional. The profits appeared real. Most importantly, she successfully withdrew money once. That withdrawal was the key. Sarah lowered her guard. She thought, see, I was right. I am not someone who gets scammed. Then came the second investment. Then the third. The amounts grew larger, until she tried to withdraw everything. Then the problems began. Account abnormality. Taxes required. Security deposit required. System review. Sarah panicked. She called him. No answer. She messaged him. Read but no reply. Then the messages disappeared. At that moment, she understood. From the first sentence, you are special. From every late-night conversation. From every line like, you are not an ordinary woman. The cage had already been closing around her. The cruelest part was not only the money. It was that she did not dare tell anyone. Because she was afraid they would say, you are so smart, how could you be scammed? Her pain was financial. But it was also about self-esteem. She had to admit, I misjudged someone. I wanted to feel special. I ignored my intuition. I am not always clear-headed. So why can loving yourself make you easier to scam? Not because self-love is wrong, but because sometimes what you love is not your full, real self. You love the perfect persona. Always elegant. Always smart. Always right. Never fooled. And scammers know how to love that version first. Then they make you give up verification to protect that version. So remember this. When someone keeps telling you that you are different, be careful. When a relationship makes you afraid to verify, be careful. When you keep making excuses, stop. And when money appears, slow down. Investment platforms, withdrawal problems, taxes, security deposits, account abnormalities. These are not romantic plot points. They are warning signs. True self-love is not saying, I will never be scammed. True self-love is saying, I may also have blind spots, so I am allowed to stop. Next time someone tells you, you are special, you are rare, you are so clear-headed, only you understand me, ask yourself, is this genuine appreciation, Or is he feeding the version of me I most want to believe in? I wrote What a Wild Online Dating World because many online dating traps do not begin with "I love you." They begin with "I understand you." For more real case breakdowns, please follow me and watch this video, What You Must Know: How Romance Scammers Build Emotional Trust. It shows how a scammer spent 6 months trying to scam me, failed, and then did something even more shocking. After watching it, you will see online dating more clearly.